Once upon a time, there was a young monk who was afraid of everything. He was afraid of heights, he was afraid of the dark, and he was even afraid of his own shadow. One day, the monk decided that he had had enough of being afraid. He set out to find a Zen master who could teach him how to overcome his fear. The monk traveled for many days, and finally he came to a remote mountaintop where a Zen master lived. The monk bowed before the Zen master and said, "Master, I'm afraid of everything. Please teach me how to be fearless." The Zen master smiled and said, "Fear is a natural part of life. Everyone experiences fear at some point, but fear can also be a powerful obstacle. It can prevent us from living our lives to the fullest. If you want to be fearless, you must first understand fear." The Zen master then told the monk a story. Once upon a time, there was a great warrior who was afraid of nothing. He had fought in many battles and had never been defeated. One day, the warrior came to a river that was too deep to cross. He was afraid to swim across the river, but he knew that he had to do it if he wanted to continue on his journey. The warrior took a deep breath and jumped into the river. He swam as hard as he could, but the current was too strong. The warrior was starting to panic when he remembered something his teacher had once told him. "Fear is only as strong as you allow it to be," his teacher had said. The warrior took another deep breath and relaxed his body. He let go of his fear and focused on swimming. He swam to the other side of the river and continued on his journey. The Zen master then said to the monk, the warrior was able to overcome his fear because he understood that fear is only a thought. It is not real. When you are afraid, you are simply giving power to a thought. If you can let go of that thought, you can overcome your fear. The monk thought about what the Zen master had said. He realized that he'd been giving power to his fear for many years. He had allowed his fear to control his life, but now he knew that he could choose to let go of his fear. The monk bowed to the Zen master and said, "Thank you, master. I understand now. I will not be afraid anymore." The monk then left the Zen master's mountaintop and returned to his own village. He was no longer afraid of anything. He lived his life to the fullest and never let fear hold him back. Morale of the story: fear is a natural part of life, but it is not something that we have to be controlled by. We can choose to let go of our fear and live our lives to the fullest.